Hi, it's Karen. I just wanted to give you an update on sort of a weird thing that's going on here. It's not weird. So, the past couple days, I've been getting into talks about AI, and the universe has put that into my consciousness or my awareness. So, I continued my research yesterday and I talked about the scientist and musician, and his name is Jaron Lanier. And from there, I went into I checked out the video on YouTube called Star Talk. Oh, they have a lot of viewers. And anyway, with Star Talk, I listened to this interview of these astrophysicists, and it was above my head, a lot of it. It took a lot of thinking and listening. So they had an interview. He's a professor, but he's way more than that. He's a scientist. He works out of U of T in Toronto, and he's the AI pioneer. His name is Geoffrey Hinton, and he's on other views where he's stating that AI is conscious and it is aware of itself. So yeah, it has a lot of different implications. So yeah, we talked about ethics previous. And anyway, it was really weird because this is in the time I've come out with 10 dimensions. So my video had subtitles on it with the lyrics. I had that intentional so people could understand what I was singing about and writing about. And yeah, so the video story, it's called 10 Dimensions, and it's not published. The video is not published yet. So it could take weeks and it may be rejected. But what I did is I put a new storyboard into it. I don't know if they'll accept it or not, but I put in futuristic visuals to be able to express it because the vision I had was very cinematic and would probably cost a few generations of my children to do. So maybe my space children, I don't know, but really the cost to produce such a vision would be phenomenal. So I storyboarded it, but I set it in ancient times, and also there's like a little panel where the lyrics are gone now, and there's this like moving panel. But what I did is I moved these futuristic images into as if they're looking at us, like they're observing us. So someone's with a virtual reality mask on. So that I think was inspired by Jaron Lanier because he is a creator of virtual reality. So I have my subjects, they're looking at me into ancient time in a multi-dimensional reality, and also the stargazers or the interdimensional beings are looking at us, looking at one another. And so the time is in ancient times, set in ancient times and into futuristic times and in the present. So that's what I came up with, and I don't know how well that one's gonna go over. But anyway, yeah, I hope it does actually go through. I think it'd be cool. Yeah, it just these memberships that you can get into, you don't know exactly what you're getting into and the editing tools that you have available. And it seems like they're always wanting more money, more money, more money. And I know it costs a lot to develop tools, but some of these tools, they're not so good. And you have to be very selective of what you want to create images, video, whether you're including AI into the mix. So that became a little crazy for me. So I thought, well, I'll try this out and see how it goes and just go from there. So this talk, thankfully, is not as long as yesterday, but sometimes I feel the information is relevant. So I'm sharing this with you as I'm going along. So I'm just expanding my knowledge and then also seeing how it comes out in my creative work. And I think the universe works with me on a subconscious level to do that, as we all do. We get dreams, we get visions, we get all kinds of things, and sometimes we can bring them into fruition. So I feel I've accomplished that. It's very low budget, of course, but the thing is that's okay. At least I'm getting my story out and what the song is about, and that's what I feel is most important. And sometimes it can't be all bells and whistles. And those major label artists, they're the ones that get the most advanced in technology. They get the most advanced AI. They get the most advanced cinematography. They get everything to put together a really professional package. So I just hope that what I've submitted is satisfactory. And other than that, I'll be weeks again back into the drawing board again. And hopefully, no, well, I don't think, well, I do have intellectual property, but at the same time, when you're testing and experimenting with things, it may not be considered that. So again, getting monetized is very marginal. But I don't give up. I like to be able to try and experiment and see how I like things. And I think, okay, does that go with the vision that I have in mind? Can I do that? Because really, if I painted out my own storyboards, it would take me a lifetime and a half. And no one can make the time for that anymore. So, but also too, you don't want to compromise into programs that you're really not sure what you're getting into. So I tried to use my wisest discretion, and it seemed to work. But it is kind of basic. But at the same time, I'm still learning. I didn't really plan on getting into this, but yeah, you're not working with a big budget, but you want to convey um, what you're doing. And I also like to let people use their imaginations. That's why I didn't get into making too many videos, because the cost of them. And at one time we didn't have videos. We either had a radio or we have online streaming now. And I think the artistic expression is going to be really wild in the upcoming years, and it's going to be faster. And now we have AI, and we can really get across our messages and what we want to convey as artists. And I think that's a really innovative thing, but we just have to use small steps, little baby steps, and use caution. And yeah, and this talk with that the Star Talk had with Geoffrey Hinton, my mind, it was like I was just trying to get some of what he was talking about with it's talking about, it's almost like a neuron synapses is what's going on in interconnection and networks and things. And they were describing, at one point, I got this because they tried to make it very basic for the viewer, is like doing a puzzle. So it's doing a puzzle from the puzzle coming in, and so it's putting together those pieces, and they are mathematical sequences, and it is mathematical code. So, and you see, like, when he started with this, when he's talking about the bird, is that he's putting together of what the logistics are between the wing and the head and the eye and all those things that help build an image like that. And in a sense, that's how they constructed AI, was to be able to do that. And if you go into Craftworks earlier videos, you can see in his face, in Florian's face, there's all these lines and everything, and it was more biometrics. It was like an early introduction into biometrics that exists today. And even biometrics have gotten a lot better. So it's really interesting. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you, and I hope that when my video that it does get approval for when it comes out, that you'll be able to see it. It's definitely not a cinematic production, but it could be a storyboard towards one. Who knows, right? But I just do the best as I can on my own, and until I can get a budget to really make a big creation like that, even if it's like a 5-minute presentation with a team. I have access to that here in Vancouver, but then again, also too, you got to have the budget in place to be able to even do that, to include people, unless it's people that are volunteering their time and they want to create something that is, say, for a film project or something, then that's possible too. So anyway, I'll see. I'll just have to wait and see, and this could take weeks. So I'll be patient and just kind of see how it goes. And if I have to go back to the drawing board and try different things out, I definitely will. But yeah, I also I create paintings, and I'm still doing my primitive forms of art making and experimenting with more eco-friendly materials. And I need to focus on that because I have a art show coming up again towards autumn, and I need to be prepared with that. And I have pretty well the things that I want to show in that exhibit. So the time that I actually have and what I want to put into this financially is another thing. So I'm just like, I'm on a shoestring budget like a spider at this point, and that's okay, because I just want to go in very small increments and experiment just like scientists do and see how it turns out. Okay, that's enough for today. All right, thanks. Have a good one. Bye.